Sebastian Perata from the edge of the area. The 31-year-old, making his debut for the 10th club of his career, headed the second after 81 minutes despite being surrounded by Quilmes defenders. In another league match, River Plate slumped to a 1-0 defeat at promoted Gimnasia La Plata thanks to a penalty awarded by referee Diego Ceballos after Jonathan Maidana fouled Federico Rasic in the 74th minute. And in athletics, Russian track and field athletes gathered at their training center outside of Moscow to prepare for the upcoming IAAF World Championships, which start at the weekend. Athletes from several disciplines, including long jumpers, high jumpers and shot putters, invited the media to view their preparations for the athletics' biggest event outside of the Olympics. At London 2012, Russia finished second in the track and field medals table, picking up 18 medals in total and 8 golds, compared to the United States' 29 medals and 9 golds. Russia usually faces its stiffest challenge from the United States at the World Championships and is second on the overall medals table, having picked up 151 medals in the event's 20-year history, compared to the United States' 275. In baseball, New York Yankees slugger Alex Rodriguez would appeal against Major League Baseball's decision to ban him for doping and has planned to continue playing for the New York Yankees until he is cleared. Shortly after MLB announced it was suspending baseball's highest paid player for 211 games through the end of the 2014 season, Rodriguez revealed his intention to challenge that decision. Another 12 players, including 3 Major League Baseball All-Stars, were handed 50-game suspensions following a long investigation into links between star players and a Florida clinic accused of supplying them with performance-enhancing drugs.
I am thrilled and humbled to have the opportunity to put on this uniform again and to play Major League Baseball again. So there was a lot. I'm not going to get into any of that today. I think obviously disappointing with the news today, no question about it. But what we've always fought for is for the process, and I think we have that. And at some point, we'll sit in front of an arbiter and give our case. And that's as much as I feel comfortable telling you right now. Look, Tim, there's nothing about it that's been easy. All of it has been challenging. I'm sure there's been mistakes made along the way. We're here now. I'm a human being. I've had 2 hip surgeries. I've had 2 knee surgeries. I'm fighting for my life. I have to defend myself. If I don't defend myself, no one else will.
One of the medications in the surgeries found its way into his system and contains those banned substances, probably. But that's it on sports news. It's back to you,
Vijay. Beer with many imitators, but certainly no equal. Enjoy the power of more. Drink responsibly.
Well, thanks, Charles, for that analogy. But we're going to take a break from sports to the foreign scene, where Iran's President Hassan Rouhani has gone from jubilant mood to work mode and has called for serious negotiations with the international community about its nuclear program. Here's Cynthia Are with the details.
Yes, indeed, President Rouhani has truly hit the ground running. At the first news conference since his inauguration on Sunday, he said he was confident both sides' concerns could be resolved in a short time. Meanwhile, the UK and UK governments have withdrawn diplomatic staff from Yemen and urged their citizens to leave amid concerns over security threats. It follows the sudden closure of 20 US embassies and consulates on Sunday. Then, a Spanish court has remanded in custody a man convicted of raping 11 children who was mistakenly freed from a Moroccan jail last week. Morocco is seeking the extradition of Daniel Garvan Vinner, who will now be detained while his fate is determined. Plus, U.S. Senators John McCain and Lindsey Graham have joined top diplomats in Cairo to help find a peaceful solution to Egypt's political stalemate. The Pentagon said Defense Secretary Chuck Hagel had called Army Chief General Abdul Fattah al-Sisi to discuss mediation progress by U.S. and EU envoys. Finally, the European Commission has urged Malta to allow 102 African migrants rescued from the sea by a tanker to enter its territory. It said the EU states had a humanitarian duty to take in the migrants. And there you have it. Those are the top stories on the foreign scene.
Thank you, Cynthia. The body of the father of the Lagos State Governor Alhaji Ibrahim Fashola, who died on Monday, has been buried according to Muslim rites at the Vaults and Gardens, a private cemetery in Lagos. Governor Fashola described his late father as a man of humility, integrity and contentment. The widows, children and other family members were also there to pay their respects. Prominent Nigerians, including the governors of Ogun, Ekiti and Rivers States, also attended the funeral. President Goodluck Jonathan was represented by the Minister for Sports, Mr. Bolaji Abdullahi.
Many of the messages I have gotten fully capture his life. I doubt that if there is any person who did not have enemies, it must be my father. Because he just got on with life. He didn't recriminate. In every position he found himself, good, comfortable, difficult, painful, he just got on.
The message of Mr. President is that the Almighty Allah will grant the deceased eternal rest in Al-Jannah Firdaus, and also grant the family the fortitude to bear the loss.
Baba is a good tree. In fact, his father to all of us, we all miss him. We never expected that he would leave us, this soon, but the way it is, Almighty Allah gives and takes at any time. He can call us. So he's been called. We pray that the Almighty Allah will be with the family and he will grant him Al-Jannah Firdaus, because that is the only thing left that we can do for him.
All right, well, some news is just coming into us here on Channels Television that the administrative officer to the former National Security Advisor, the late General Owoye Azazi, has been dismissed from the Nigerian Army. Lieutenant Colonel Robert Ahamba was convicted by a general court-martial proceeding in Lagos on a 4-count charge of suggesting to execute a project for the Bayelsa state government for about 150 million naira in 2011. In his judgment, the presiding judge, Brigadier General Edward Nze, sentenced the accused to 7 years imprisonment, subject to the approval of the army top hierarchy. He is, however, to return 142 million naira to the Bayelsa state government coffers. And the main news again, the International Criminal Court has said it's set to issue arrest warrants on Boko Haram insurgents and has asked the Nigerian government to hand them over for trial at The Hague. Well, that's the news at 10 tonight. Thanks a lot for staying with us. I'm Ijeoma Onyato. Good night.